Welcome to Secrets of Earth. I'm Patrick Viersba, your guide into the world's most remote corners. Today, we confront the most famous face of the African wild, the cat that rules not through solitary power alone, but through a complex, invisible architecture of family, acoustics, and collective intelligence. We are stepping into the inner circle of the lion. We see them as symbols of raw individual strength, the lone king on a golden hill. But the secret of the lion isn't in its claws or its mane, it's in its social engineering. While every other large cat on Earth, the leopard, the tiger, the jaguar, is a solitary phantom, navigating its world alone from cradle to grave, the lion has chosen a fundamentally different strategy. It has traded the safety of shadows for the power of numbers. It has built something that no other cat has ever built: a society. Today, we're looking past the roar to examine what the pride actually is, how it hunts, how it communicates, how its males and females divide the labor of survival in ways that are still surprising evolutionary biologists, and how it has turned cooperation into the most effective predatory strategy on the African savannah. If a pride is a kingdom, the queens are the ones who hold the map. While the males define the perimeter, the actual survival of the pride, the food, the long-term occupation of territory, the future of the cubs, rests on a core group of related females who have lived together their entire life. This is a matrilineal fortress, and its strength comes not from individual power, but from accumulated knowledge and coordinated action. Most predators hunt with a simple strategy: pursue, close the distance, kill. A solitary leopard slinks close, picks a target, and springs. But lionesses hunt with geometry. When a pride targets a herd of zebra or wildebeest, the hunt is not a scramble. The females spread into specific roles in the approach: the wing positions and the center. The wings move wide, using the tall grass and the angle of approach to get behind and to the sides of the herd. The center positions hang back, staying low in the grass, waiting. When the wings have closed the angle, the center flushes the prey, driving them not away from the pride, but directly into the ambush the wings have set. It is a pincer movement executed by animals with no formal communication, using only subtle clues: a tail angle, the timing of a crouch, the direction of a glance, that are only readable within a group of individuals who have hunted together for years. This level of coordination is the reason lions can kill prey that would be impossible for any individual cat. A single lioness weighs around 130 kilograms. A Cape buffalo weighs up to 700 kilograms, has horns built for fighting, and will charge rather than flee when cornered. A leopard will not hunt a Cape buffalo. Lions do it routinely. The arithmetic is simple. By working together, the pride expands the range of viable prey so dramatically that the savannah becomes a different landscape than it is for any solitary predator. The females who form a pride are typically related: sisters, mothers and daughters, aunts and nieces. They know each other's tendencies, speeds, and preferred positions. They are not just hunting together. They are an organism that happens to have several bodies. Then there is the male and the mane. For a long time, the mane was explained simply: it is a visual signal of dominance, perhaps a shield for the neck during fights between males. The truth is more layered than either of those explanations, and it was worked out in detail by Craig Packer and his colleagues during a long-term study of Serengeti lions published in Science in 2002. Mane darkness signals nutrition and testosterone. A darker mane tells rival males that its owner is healthy, well-fed, and hormonally primed for sustained competition. Dark-maned males win more fights, hold territories longer, sire more surviving offspring, and live longer reproductive lives. When researchers showed Serengeti lionesses images of males with different colored manes and played recordings of approaching male strangers, the females consistently moved toward the images of darker-maned males, using the mane as a proxy for genetic quality in real time. Mane length, by contrast, is a slightly different signal. It correlates with more fighting experience and success than with testosterone or nutrition. A male with a long mane has survived long enough and fought well enough to grow one. It is a resume written in hair. But this crown is not without cost. Dark-maned males suffer measurably higher surface temperatures and lower food intake during the hottest months of the year. Packer's study noted that across Africa, lions in hotter, more arid environments have lighter and shorter manes than those in cooler, higher altitude habitats. The mane responds to ambient temperature like a biological thermostat, balancing the reproductive advantages of darkness against the heat costs of carrying it. How lions manage this thermal challenge is revealing. Lions sleep between 16 and 20 hours per day. They lie on their backs in the shade to expose the thin, poorly insulated skin of the belly to any breeze. They seek high, rocky outcrops to catch the wind. They pant. Lions don't sweat and have no wet noses, so panting is their primary active cooling mechanism. Males with darker manes visit water sources more frequently than females, a behavior researchers interpret as compensation for the increased evaporative demand of keeping their body temperature stable. The mane is the price of the signal. The shade is where the signal bearer goes to survive it. At the center of the lion's territorial strategy is an instrument of extraordinary power: the roar. The biology behind it was worked out in detail by a team led by Ingo Tietze and Tobias Reed, published in PLOS ONE in 2011. The key is the shape of the vocal cords. In most animals, including humans, the vocal cords protrude into the airway in a roughly triangular shape. In lions and tigers, they are flat and square-shaped, courtesy of a layer of fat embedded deep within the vocal fold ligament. This geometry means that the tissue responds to passing air with far less resistance than a triangular profile would create. The flat surface vibrates at lower frequencies with less lung pressure required to initiate the motion. The result is a sound that is both louder and deeper than the body would otherwise be capable of producing. A lion's roar can reach 114 decibels at close range, louder than the human pain threshold compared to a jet engine on a runway, and can be heard up to 8 kilometers away during good atmospheric conditions. The bouts last up to 90 seconds, with a single bout containing roughly 50 individual roaring calls. The sound travels farthest at night and in conditions of high humidity and low wind, which is when lions are most active and most likely to be broadcasting their presence. The roar serves several overlapping functions. It is a territorial marker, an acoustic fence that informs any male within 8 kilometers that this area is occupied and defended. It is a census signal. Research has confirmed that lions adjust their response to rival roaring based on the number of voices in the chorus. A pride that can hear 3 roaring males will assess the situation differently than one that hears 1. The roar carries head count information. It is also a cohesion call. Females use it to locate separated pride members across the expanse of the savannah. What makes the male lion's acoustic role in the pride so critical is that it allows the females to hunt in peace. Every hour of territorial intimidation delivered by sound is an hour when the dominant males don't need to physically patrol or fight. The roar is the least expensive form of boundary maintenance available to them. And when it works, when a rival coalition hears the pride and retreats without contact, the return on that 90-second investment is enormous. It is psychological warfare waged at 5 miles distance. The thermal bargain of the mane connects to something deeper about the male lion's role in the pride's daily economy. Because he cannot afford to overheat, and because overheating during the day would drain the reserves he needs for nocturnal activity and territorial defense, the male has built his entire daily routine around conservation. This is why you see the lion sleeping through the hottest part of the day in whatever shade he can find. It is not indolence, it is thermal management on a schedule. The savannah is a heat engine during the day, temperatures regularly exceeding 40 degrees Celsius with direct solar radiation amplified by dark coloring. A male lion maintaining a large dark mane in that environment is doing something metabolically expensive. He mitigates it by minimizing activity, maximizing shade exposure, and drinking more water than females do. The result is a division of labor between the sexes that, from the outside, looks like inequality, but is in fact a sophisticated system of complementary specialization. The females do the vast majority of the hunting. Their lighter, more agile bodies and lower thermal load allow sustained physical effort that the maned males cannot reliably sustain in heat. The males patrol the territory acoustically and physically at night, which is when their thermoregulatory burden is lowest and their strength most accessible. Both specializations are essential. A pride without resident males loses territorial security. A pride without hunting females starves. The final pillar of the pride's social engineering is its communal nursery, and it may be the most unexpected. In most large predator species, females with dependent young compete for resources. A leopardess with cubs keeps them hidden and alone, defending her territory and her food supply against every rival, including other leopardesses. Isolation is the strategy. Lionesses do the opposite. When several females in a pride give birth within weeks of each other, a synchronization that is itself thought to be driven by social hormonal cues, they do not retreat to separate corners of the territory. They bring their cubs together. The group of youngsters that results is called a crash, and it is managed communally in a way that is almost unique in large carnivore biology. In a crash, lionesses will nurse any cub in the group, not only her own offspring. This allo-nursing, nursing of non-offspring, is not random. It operates under a loose reciprocity. Females who nurse others' cubs are more likely to have their own cubs nursed in return. But the key effect is a biological safety net. If one female is injured during a hunt, or if she struggles to find food in a lean period, her cubs continue to be fed by the other members of the crash. They will not starve because their mother had a bad week. The implications for cub survival are significant. Young lions are vulnerable for a long time. They cannot participate meaningfully in hunts until they are more than a year old, and they remain dependent on the pride for food and protection until they are around 2 to 3 years old. Growing up in a crash, fed by multiple females and protected by the presence of multiple adults, substantially improves the odds of surviving that long window of vulnerability. But the crash does something more than just improve survival rates. It creates the social bonds that will define the pride for the next decade. The male cubs who grow up together in a crash will eventually be expelled from the pride as they approach maturity, a near universal pattern that prevents inbreeding. When they leave together as a coalition of young males who have known each other since birth, who have played together and competed with each other and learned the rhythms of each other's behavior. This coalition is the social unit through which young males navigate the years between their expulsion from their birth pride and the eventual takeover of one of their own. Coalitions of 2 or 3 males have dramatically higher takeover successes than solitary males. The bonds formed in the creche are not just sentimental, they are survival infrastructure. After sunset, the nature of the pride's dominance changes character. Everything we have discussed, the coordinated hunt, the acoustic territory, the thermal management of the male, operates most effectively after dark. And the lion is equipped for the dark in a way that its prey simply is not. Behind the retina of a lion's eye is a layer of reflective tissue called the tapetum lucidum, Latin for bright tapestry. It is a biological mirror. Light that enters the eye and passes through the photoreceptors without triggering a signal doesn't simply disappear. It bounces off the tapetum and passes through the photoreceptors a second time, giving the eye a second opportunity to detect it. This doubles, roughly, the effective photon capture efficiency of the retina under low light conditions. It is why a lion's eyes seem to glow when caught in torchlight. What you're seeing is the tapetum reflecting the light back out the way it came. It is also why lions hunt most effectively in the hours after sunset and before moonrise, in the conditions of lowest ambient light, where the tapetum's contribution to vision is greatest and the prey's visual disadvantage is most pronounced. Under a moonlit night, the lions are navigating a landscape they can read clearly. The zebra and the wildebeest are navigating in relative darkness, estimating the positions of the rest of the herd, missing the fine details of the ground, unable to resolve the outline of a crouching lioness at 40 meters in the grass. The hunt that follows is not a fair contest. It was never designed to be. The pride's entire strategy, the coordinated approach, the pincer positioning, the silent moving through the dry grass, is calibrated to a moment of maximum visual advantage. By the time the prey hears the displacement of air, the distance has already closed. This is the final dimension of the pride's dominance. It owns the night. Not because the darkness hides the lions, but because the darkness reveals, for them, a world that is invisible to everyone else. The lion teaches us that the greatest strength is often found in the collective. Each element of the pride's biology, the coordinated hunt, the acoustic territory, the thermal specialization of the male, the communal nursery, the nocturnal visual advantage, is much more powerful in combination than any single component would be alone. The pride is not just a collection of powerful animals. It is an organism built from individual animals, each specialized, each essential, none sufficient on its own. We share this planet with millions of stories, most of them unfolding in the silence of the deep or the shadows of the canopy. Thank you for journeying with me into the world of the lion. I'm Patrick Viersba. There are many secrets of Earth, if you only know where to listen. I'll see you on the next horizon. Until then, follow our coordinates by subscribing to or following the show. It ensures you never miss a step into the unknown.